May I holler at you briefly? I wanna meet the president, but will he meet me? Is he scared to look inside the eyes of a thug nigga?
We're here today to talk to you about.
We're recording.
All right, we're here today to talk to you about the CZ75 SP-01 Phantom.
Light.
Don't know if you can see it because of the light.
It's in the light.
All right, pop that out. Safety check. We're all good. No holes.
Okay, Jesus.
First off, we'll start on one of my favorite aspects of this handgun, the ergonomics. I have the smaller back strap on there. I'll show you how to take that off later.
Dig them ergos.
Yeah, as a certain someone would say. But it fits the hand extremely well. Points very naturally.
Let's show them the side picture.
Get that side picture in there.
Look at that side picture.
Really nice night sights on there. They glow nice and clearly.
Let's let him get one for George Zimmerman. Fighting street crime, one bullet at a time.
I bet he tells himself that all the time. Yeah, fantastic sights. Love them. Glow nice and clearly. This does not have a safety. It is in fact a decocker model. Decocker. Double action. Single action. Double action pull, from what I know, is about 10 pounds. It's much easier from half cocked because you're almost there already.
It's the trigger pull in the back.
Single action, like somewhere around 4 pounds. It's right there, no creep. Very nice trigger pull.
Like a 1911.
Like a 1911. Very, very. It's light. And it's not just light. It's well balanced. Cameraman here has a Ruger SR9. They weigh similarly, but the Ruger SR9 feels fairly top heavy.
We'll compare the two later.
And
down that hole.
And one thing you'll notice is the inverted slide rails. Your slide sits down inside the frame. That's possibly one thing that attributes to how well balanced it is.
Slowly pull that back so people can from the other side. There we go. Slowly pull it so people can see this side.
Oh, I gotta hold it right. Doesn't want to come back that way. I'll take it apart later.
There you go. Slide hides.
Holds.
Like the villains.
Don't know if you can see the light. 18 rounds. And in fact, when your springs wear down, there's actually still enough room in there to throw a 19th round in, so you get 19 plus 1. 20 rounds in one 9mm handgun. When inserted, the magazine does stick out a little bit, but it really doesn't hinder anything because of that floor plate on there. That does indeed cover the bottom end of the magazine. Magazines come apart just like any other pistol magazine or magazine really. Push the pin in, slide it off. Mags do drop fairly easily. Show you how to take it apart. Well, decock down to half cocked.
Half cock.
These two notches right here, you line them up, but honestly, if you just
line them up again for the people on the YouTube.
If you put the gun in half cock, just push back to the hammer. That's all you really have to do. Makes it incredibly easy to do. Take your magazine, best tool you have for it. Pop that out, and just pull your magazine release out, or not your magazine release, but your slide release. Sorry about that. And your slide just comes right off.
Oh, you done broke it there.
Polymer guide rod.
Oh, that plasticky stuff. Like
Not too flexible, but flexible enough. And similar to a 1911, but unlike a 1911, this is all one piece. So your feed ramp has no spaces or any kind of ledge at all in between the barrel and feed ramp, or the chamber and the feed ramp. Makes it cycle rather smoothly.
But Sarge, I thought my rifle auto cleaned.
Oh, yeah. See if you can see the bore. Try and
Put
get
it up to the light. Yeah, you're not really gonna fantasy rifling very well, but
It's got a very shiny bore. Then again, I bought it new, so it better.
And how much did you pay for this pretty little toy?
I paid $521.99 before any taxes or anything.
And where did you pick this bad boy up at?
I bought it at Woodbury Outfitters in Coshocton, Ohio.
Nice. Tell everyone on YouTube about the smell of their water.
Their river smells awful
Smells
down
like
there.
cat piss.
Kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And to put it back together, it's just any other gun. The barrel goes down in. Oh, and there you can see, I don't know how well you can see them on the camera. That the slide does indeed sit down inside the frame. It's a polymer frame. That's the main point of the Phantom, is to be the polymer framed of the SP-01 series. Right there you have, you know, your metal for where the slide contacts, because you probably wouldn't want that all polymer. It probably wouldn't last very long.
And is this really polymer, or is this hardened rubber?
The grips are hardened rubber. They're not rough. They feel rough at first, but when you handle it, they're rather comfortable.
Hopefully it doesn't explode in your hand. Hopefully it's not made by Goodyear.
Or a High Point.
High Point.
But
made here in Ohio.
I've seen some people have a little trouble putting a guide rod in. I like to take the guide rod in from the side. Just take it in from the side down level with that. It's a lot easier than trying to go. Yep, it's a lot easier than trying to go down from the top like most people do. Just going sideways, it goes in a lot easier. Then just take.
That's what she said.
Slide it back together. Pop your slide release back in. Sometimes it might seem like it takes a little force to get in, but once you get used to it, you'll get it back in no problem.
Not to mention you have Picatinny rails underneath the
got a nice and big 1913 style rail on the bottom of the frame.
For your underbarrel shotguns.
Have a nice big square trigger guard here. Mm-hmm. If you got gloves on, it's fantastic. You have all that extra room for the gloves.
Europeans.
Yep, nice and ridged right there. Come up to a barrier shoot.
So what do you think about this firearm? Is it something you're going to carry with you every day?
If you open carry, it's a little big for concealed carry. I wouldn't try to conceal. Here, let's put a magazine in there. I wouldn't try to conceal that bad boy anywhere. I don't think it would work out too good.
What do you think Nothing Fancy would say about this firearm?
Well, I do believe he has like a 3-hour video or something for it, so you could always watch that, I guess. Unless you would like to just listen to him ramble with sheets of paper for the entire time.
Digging on them ergos, man.
Now, to replace a backstrap, I know there's at least one good video on there, but since I'm doing a complete rundown of this gun, I might as well show you how to do that too. You want the hammer all the way down. Take this right here, this lanyard loop. It's actually part of the spring plug for the main trigger spring that runs along in here. Push down. Gotta work it a little. Alright. And then you have the pin in there. Take the punch that they give you. They're really nice. They give you plenty of tools with this handgun. Give you a brush and everything for it.
Buy American, that's why I buy Glock.
Take out your main spring plug and your main trigger spring, and you have your pin right there. And your back strap just slides right off. This is the smaller one. This is not the one that comes on the gun. The one that comes on the gun is bigger. I think the smaller one is by far more comfortable.
More like a 1911 kind of feel.
Yeah, it's insanely more comfortable. And then just take, and there is part of the trigger in there. Missed it. All right.
That's what she said.
Take and line it back up. And it's just as easy to put back together as it is to take apart. Slide your pin in there. You have a different back strap on if you changed it, and your trigger works again.
Alright, so what would you tell them fine folks in YouTube who are thinking about buying a gun, the CZ series? What do you think about this?
If you can find the CZ-75 Phantom, they are fantastic pistols. I love mine. Shoot smooth, minimal recoil for a 9mm handgun. Again, a lot of people say it's because of how low the slide sits in the frame and how close the center of gravity and all that is to your hand. Fairly accurate. Good gun. Like I said, if you can find one and the point isn't too bad, definitely buy one.
Alright, well everyone on YouTube, have a nice day. Buy American, buy Glock.